Alright, so here's a little update. There's construction going on in the background too. So if you hear the background noise, just gonna have to deal with it. Anyway, I'm still running around with my basic attack, but I decided to go full meta bitch on this build. So I grabbed the Hands of Wisdom in action, and then I switched my bow. I now have fire damage and cold damage instead of a lightning damage and cold damage because now I'm getting all the lightning damage from the gloves, right? So anyway, these are about the only two things that I switched with the gear. And then I have the sapphire ring still that allow chilled enemies to shatter as though frozen, which procs my Herald of Ice. And, for an increased effect, I have the more effect, I have the +1 to the Herald of Ice, and then cold penetration, right? But as I was messing around with this, I don't know if the patch just completely ruined Herald of Ice, but it's not working properly anymore. Now, let me hop into something extremely simple real quick. We'll do one of these. A tier 9 magic. No element resistance on it. There's no real rippy mod on it at all, right? So something happened with the Herald that just doesn't allow it to work properly. Now, before, here, let me show you first. So I have the Herald on, you can see in the bottom left hand corner. But the way that it was working before I switched some of the gear around, which I might be required to switch it back and just get rid of these gloves altogether. But the way that it was working before is that you would run up on a mob, right? You would shoot them, and the entire pack would explode from the Herald of Ice procs, right? Sort of like it was doing right there, but they're just not really exploding anymore, right? So the way that the Herald was working before was each explosion would cause a chill onto the enemies, and the chill is what would make the next one explode. Now, I do understand that with this Herald of Ice, there is the payoff. How do I get to reading it? Do I just click on it like that? There it is. So it has the payoff tag connected to Herald of Ice. And the payoff says that payoff skills cannot inflict the debuff they interact with. Well, since the Herald works with shatters, the Herald is not allowed to shatter, but because of the ring, it doesn't say that it's not allowed to chill. And when the AoE effect of the Herald chills them, it's because of the ring that they shatter, which is what makes it really cool. So pretty much Herald of Ice can't freeze, and freeze is what causes the shatter, but it can chill. And that's what makes the chain reaction happen. Now, I don't know if this patch touched Herald of Ice and made it to where, hey, Herald of Ice could just no longer deal any elemental elements or whatnot, but it's just not working like it was before. I have two previous videos below, and the way it was working in there, it was exploding just an entire mob like this. The entire mob just would have blew up. And now it's just not working. I mean, when I go back to the tree, me show you my tree. When I come back over here to the tree, I got the increased chill effects, right? So I get 10 right there, I get 10 right there. That's 20, and plus the 25 right here. So I have a 45 increased effect of chill on it, which, if you read what chill does, cold damage from hits contributes to the chill magnitude. So I have 45 increased effect of chill magnitude, but it's up to a maximum slow of 50%. All hits that have contribution to chill magnitude can chill, which is why the Herald of Ice can chill and cause more explosions, because it's all hits, and since Herald of Ice is an attack, it chills because of chill magnitude, right? So it can chill without requiring an explicit chance to inflict, provided that the magnitude is it meets the minimum threshold. Anyway, my thing is I switched the build gear around a little bit from what it was before, and it was all pre-patch. And now all of a sudden I walk in and Herald of Ice just seems ruined, because it's no longer chaining, it's just popping one monster, which makes it like still cool to shatter the enemy and not have corpses, but there are still better alternatives to use. I could probably just throw on Herald of Ash in here or something, which I might mess with the explode mod, and see how that works out. Anyway, if you guys might know anything about, if your Herald device isn't working or whatever, then leave it in the comments, because I really don't know what the hell's going on. I do know that because of the fire damage that I have on the quiver and that I have on the bow, it could have been Ignite, and for the longest time I thought Ignite was killing them before I can hit them for the shatter. But I learned that that wasn't the case, because I don't really have any chance to Ignite anywhere, and I don't crit, so I don't see how I'm inflicting any Ignite at all. But I had to run tons of Waystones to figure out that, okay, it's not Ignite, you know? Was there anything within my skill gem setup that maybe was stopping the Herald device from chaining anymore? No, I don't really have anything in there. It's just all damage anyway, so I don't know if this patch ruined Herald device or not, but if you guys know anything, leave it in the comments. We can start a discussion. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna go mess around with other Heralds to find better clear, because right now Herald of Ice just seems complete garbage. It may be a skill issue with me, maybe there's something I'm doing wrong, or maybe it's a mechanic issue, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you all for watching if you made it this far.